Welcome to New Orleans, baby.
Welcome to New Orleans, baby.
New Orleans, baby. Welcome to New Orleans, baby.
All Over the Road New Orleans is brought to you by CoinTrader Inc. Mind your money, and recorded in front of a live studio audience.
You want a woman that understands the signs of stroke. That's what I'm looking for. A woman that got my medication in her purse. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. I thought you took it. I thought I did. You want a woman that's your nurse. See, if you go to dinner with a woman that's 55 years old and your little lip curl up, she know what to do. She'll get you to a hospital and save your life. But a girl 20, quit making faces at me. It's not funny anymore.
Hello, this is Juicy Stunner, and Gen Z loves All Over the Road, New Orleans.
It's another All Over the Road podcast.
Now everybody, have you heard? If you're in the game, then the stroke's the word. Don't take no rhythm, don't take no style.
Let me tell you something.
Got a thirst for killing.
If you have one of those stroke sisters, it's no laughing matter.
Why are you laughing?
It's no laughing matter. You know, and I think I'd rather have a drop-dead heart attack than a stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, of course, one of the people that I love very dearly, as you know, recently had one, but thank the Lord Jesus, he's okay. And he's in the studio today to tell us his story. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Could be a winner, boy, and do quite well.
John Derrick. Here he is. John Derrick, our official
meteorologist.
What would we have done this hurricane season without John Derrick? What would we have done when that snowstorm hit without John Derrick? What would I have done when I went to shop for a pair of moccasins without John Derrick? John Derrick is in the studio.
Right.
I got a promo code for you for another pair of moccasins if you need one.
He's got Teddy. He's got a new 9-to-5 job where they don't let him wear the moccasins.
Why not?
I don't know. Ask him.
Why not?
I ask myself the same question every day.
But you keep. But
do you answer?
You stay working there.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the paycheck, and they were very.
That'll do. It speaks a lot.
Of course, you know John from HGTV selling the Big Easy, where he showed all kinds of sternum hair and turned on the 70+ women demo like nobody's business. And he's that sternum hair is like fresh shag carpet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's nice. It's nice. You know what, John, Mr. Derrick, Martha bought the runners. You know, you're in the real estate. It's a runner. It's a rug. It's a runner.
Yeah.
It's a runner rug. Well, Martha bought a runner for the kitchen, and it's so plush. Mm-hmm. And so I can't walk through the kitchen without going over the runner, even though the runner isn't in my direct path.
Right.
And my question is to you, what the hell is going on? Why are people all hung up on this hardwood floor crap when you could have some plush carpet? When is carpet going to make the comeback? You're in real estate. I mean, when you go to show a family dwelling and there's carpet, because, I don't want that carpet.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is.
Why?
Carpet's out. I love it, thoho. I love carpet.
I love wall-to-wall. I'm going wall-to-wall. I'm turning up all these old clothes in this freaking house.
Why do people don't want carpet?
I actually just showed a house in Metairie probably 2-3 months ago that carpet in the bathroom. I hadn't seen that one in a while. Around the tub, everything. I was like, this was ill-conceived.
It feels good on your tootsies.
Yeah.
Feels good on your tootsies.
There's a house built in the 60s.
It was.
60s.
It was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I like the hardwoods. I like the old hardwood floors myself. So,
well, me and Vic are just living in a different time.
No, but it really feels good on your feet. The carpet.
It does.
It does.
I mean, when you get up and you get out of bed and you put your feet down on the floor, carpet feels so much better, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
You were on an HGTV television show for 2 seasons, and do you and your smoking hot wife, Elizabeth, do you watch these home improvement shows?
Not as much as you would think we would. Actually, when HGTV we were on it, I was learning all sorts of other programs that they had going on over there. I knew the Fixer Uppers, Chip Gaines and Joanna Gaines, but no, I didn't. I didn't really dabble in a whole lot. So
with Martha, if I want to say somewhat happily married, I have to watch them.
Right.
Okay, I do, and believe me, But you know what? Excuse me. Where's my cough button? I have learned a lot from it, though. I've learned a lot from it. I've learned about, priming and how you have to sand this and you have to do that. And, I'll watch these shows and I'll see something, they'll show me a house and I'll go, oh, I want dormers. I need dormers. And first thing I'm doing, I'm putting in dormers,
Big dormer guy.
Yeah, I'm a dormer guy. I'm all about level, what do they call it, line? I don't like unbalanced shit. I like stuff that's all lined up correctly,
I like that. A little symmetry. I like a little, I like that.
But the reason why we have John on, Derek, is because he's, of course, one of our original cast members. Did you realize?
The original 5.
The original 5.
That's right.
Do you realize that it has been it's going on 7 years that we had Randy Lane in here, world famous morning boot camp announcer, Randy Lane, consultant in town for that event we had, which was a lot of fun.
It was.
It was an intense weekend.
It was the hazing, hands in the hot water.
I'll never forget it. Still have the scars to prove it.
But of course, he's been, of course, Ted, he's been one of our mainstay guests. Of course, he's always entertaining. But recently we had a little bit of a scare. All right. And
we are today's May, 20?
May 20.
And this happened on.
When did it happen, Johnny?
When? What was the date?
It was 5 weeks ago tomorrow.
So it was in April?
Yeah. When is that? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, 5 weeks. 5 weeks ago. Yeah.
You see, I've slipped into this John Derek thing altogether now.
Yeah, no.
You see, I'm programmed. The John Derek thing.
I was impressed. Yeah,
John Derek,
I had to remind myself who I was for a sat down.
So what is it, Derek or John?
It's John Derek.
It's John Derek.
It's John Derek. Damn it, John Derek. Damn it.
Nobody told me, so now I know.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Okay, so my dear friend John here, our dear friend John here.
And my fellow ginger.
And the fellow ginger.
Yeah,
true.
Which, by the way, all gingers are black people.
I heard.
I just need to remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people.
Yes. I heard that. Did you know that you're a black person?
Well, I didn't know it prior to maybe about a week and a half ago. I did not know.
And the reason that you're a black person?
Yeah.
Because you're a ginger. Yeah. And you too.
Yeah.
You see a white man with red hair, that's a black man. You see a white woman with red hair, that's a black woman. Gingers are black.
Now, but I'm wondering why. You should be able to be jumping higher than you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were a black person, you should be jumping higher. You should have that extra long hamstring.
I should.
That Jimmy the Greek talked about.
And that worked out well for Jimmy the Greek.
He tried to get us canceled.
Well, that's the best thing about podcasting. They can't cancel me.
They can't.
Okay, so tell us where you were, what happened, what you felt. And, of course, I had to scold you a bit when I heard about it because I don't like hearing stuff like that on the streets. I feel like you should give your Louisiana daddy a call.
Absolutely.
Because you are young enough to be my son, and I treat you like one.
You do.
Although
spankings and all.
Get on over here. Let me put you over my knee, young man. Take down those tighty whities. They'll give you a nice little smack. Smack on your cheek.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
There you go.
We get the mental picture.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Which, by the way, speaking of carpet, that's what mine looks like. It looks like wall to wall hair, cheek to cheek. Okay. So,
but John Derek was, how old are you?
39.
39. Yeah.
Okay. At 39, you're not supposed to have a stroke.
No, but there was an underlying issue that we're going to get to. Okay, John.
Yeah.
Johnny, where were you? What was going on? Tell us the story.
Yeah. So as you know, I sell real estate, and we were in the middle of I was doing an open house uptown off Carondelet. House is no longer available. It had a beautiful open floor plan though for any of you at home that are just trying to paint a picture here.
Before lunch or after lunch? This is before lunch or after lunch?
This is right at lunch, actually.
Right at lunch. It might have been something you ate, but I digressed.
No. No, I was, everything was great. I was going around. I was shaking hands, kissing babies.
You feeling pretty good?
Pulling fingers?
Great.
You were pulling fingers?
Pulling fingers. Absolutely.
Like all realtors do.
That's exactly
Pull my
right.
finger, young man.
So it was actually a broker tour. So it was actually just other realtors.
One of those.
Yeah, it was middle of the week. Yeah. And so we really, I mean, realtors, we all hate one another. So we're really just sizing each other up across the room. Yes.
And you got to go to them because, the professional thing to do,
exactly.
I suppose.
Exactly.
Some you hate more than others.
Yeah. So it's like Fight Club. We all show up, we walk out. We might have a few scratches and bumps and bruises, but we know we got our message across. Yeah.
Go to your Lexuses and come out fighting.
Exactly.
You ever notice they all drive Lexuses?
Yeah, it's very true.
To deal with that.
It's very true. But no, I everything was going well. And out of nowhere, I felt a tightness on the left side of my body. And at first I was confused. and then
a tightness.
Yeah,
Like
it was
shoulder,
kind of,
arm, side.
It was kind of like
Armpit?
underneath the armpit along the left side there. Yeah,
Okay.
it was like a tightness that came on. And then next thing I knew, everything on the left side of my body from my neck down was numb. So
other than OSHIT,
Yeah.
what were you thinking?
that was pretty much it. That was
Not much more than that.
Yeah, and then
So was it a pain or just a tightness?
It was a
numbness?
it was a tightness. It was a tightness.
I know. I'm
at
trying to
first.
get into. I'm
Yeah,
trying to go a little deeper
play by
than you
play
are
here.
going. How'd you feel? Just
Yeah.
let me ask a question.
That's your old man
I mean,
question.
was it painful? Was it painful? I want to know. I want to know.
No. It's a great question. I mean, honestly.
Tell it. It was a
I
great
would've-
question. Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause-
Okay,
no.
so we get the point. It was numb and it was tightness. Okay.
Yeah, it was numb
but it
and
didn't
tight.
necessarily hurt.
No.
Okay.
It was a sensation obviously I'd never felt before, but it's something I definitely don't want to feel again. It was
Yeah.
just I don't know.
Okay.
Best way I can describe it, think of like a Charlie horse in your leg you'll get in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Just on the left side of your body, right off to the side of your heart. That kind of started out.
Damn, I've had those.
Yeah. So initially I thought I was having a heart attack because
You weren't thinking
immediately-
stroke. You
I
were
wasn't
thinking
thinking
heart attack.
stroke. Yeah, because immediately after everything went numb on my left side, which they use your left side, did a heart attack and all. I broke into this sweat, and I just had this I was just sweating like crazy, and it was as if I had just run a marathon within like 15 seconds. Like my shirt was soaked.
Yeah.
Everything. It was a wild sensation, and
Did you feel like tired? Like
You were
just
sweating
drained?
like former New York Nick Willis Reed.
exactly,
The sweat.
exactly.
all over that new house.
Yeah,
or not new.
well,
but
no, it was
that
it was
house.
a beautiful.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about the open floor plan? It was
He did,
beautiful.
he did,
It was,
he did.
and that was
Of course, you didn't really care about that at the time.
not at the time. I did not. No, no, and I also at the time was thinking. I was thinking, what's going on? And I saw a woman walking by who, very lovely lady who I'd met before at another broker tour in the past. I couldn't, for the life of me, tell you what her name is now, but she was walking by and she had this very concerned look on her face, and she walked up to me, and I could see. And I thought, okay, she sees this moderately attractive man who's in a sweat.
Hey there, big boy, you want to give it a go?
Yeah, and
Not right now.
Hey,
yeah,
big boy.
yeah. No, but she walked up to me, and I thought, okay, I need to tell this person I couldn't get the words out. I couldn't do it. And then she asked me, how many bathrooms does this place have? And
Seriously, and you're like,
That was.
Yeah.
I thought you was going to say, you're a little pale or something.
yeah,
No,
should I call
no.
911 or
No.
something?
Which leads me to ask this question: do I always look like hell when I'm like showing these places? I'm having a stroke and
You
nobody
think
can
this is
tell
my
the
normal
difference.
self?
Lady, I'm having a stroke. Excuse me.
Jeez.
Pardon my stroke.
Yeah. So that's that's
So
on
you're
me.
thinking this is what I want to say, but you just couldn't
nothing
get the
was
word.
coming out. So I did the
Yeah.
3 beds, 3.5 baths this particular place had. So
Mm-hmm.
I just held up the number 3, and I was trying to just play it. I was going to do the manly thing of I'm going to walk this off, whatever this is.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk it off.
It's going to pass. And
Yeah, so I didn't get the words out, but I did the old 3 finger, and she was like, "Oh, okay," and then she walked off, and I was like, "Well, that was a dud." And then probably a minute goes by. I'm like, I get up the nerve. I'm like, all right, I'm going to walk out of this little room that I'm in. I'm going to get up to where everybody else is, and And by that time, I could start talking again, which was a good thing. And then, I knew something was amiss. So naturally, I got in the car.
And you drove yourself to the hospital?
I drove. Well, I got in the car, called my wife, smoking hot wife, and Elizabeth. She was. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound good, Derek. John Derek. Who am I?
John Derek.
Who am I right
John
now?
John Derek, realtor.
John Derek.
Meteorologist.
Write my name. And so she's like, well, you might want to call your doctor. And I was like, let's call the doctor because I'm not a big I'm not a big hospital
Yeah,
guy.
you're like, oh yeah, I'll be all right.
Yeah,
But she was kind of pushing towards let's call a doctor.
Yeah, let's call it.
Well, that's your wife. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No, I reminded her of the life insurance policy. I was like, you're going to come out of this pretty well. Let's not get too hasty here. But Yeah, so called the doctor. Doctor was she the nurse at the doctor's office. She was very helpful. She said, "Hey, I don't think you are having a heart attack. I need you to go to the hospital right now." So I did. So went to the hospital where they took me immediately, and they determined I was having a stroke. And so that was that was a Wednesday. So that was a heck of a day.
Did you ever see this realtor that you gave the fingers?
Yeah.
You know, did you ever see her again?
I haven't seen her yet.
You know, by the way, I was having a stroke when you asked me that question.
Next time I see her, so hopefully she found all 3.5 bathrooms. They're lovely bathrooms in that open floor plan home.
Now, did you go to EJ, LCMC?
I went to Ochsner.
Ochsner, okay.
Yeah. So I think
now,
I'm
seeing that you were a black person, did you get preferential treatment because you're a black person?
Well, he's a ginger.
Well, he's a ginger. He's a black person.
Yeah. So. No, I will say they actually, when you have a stroke, they take you right away. You're like royalty.
Well, that's good. You know.
Yeah,
that stroke thing will get you right to the front of the line.
They'll get you to the front of the line. So I don't know. I mean, if next time I'm in a long line at Chipotle or something, I'm just I don't want to be a complainer here, but
it's happened before. I mean, I'm probably having a stroke here.
Just saying, might need to get to the front of the line here.
So did some fear kick in?
It did when they told me what how everything what their theory was. So they put me through they immediately I did a CAT scan, I did the MRI, did a bunch of blood work, did
all that first visit that day.
Oh yeah, that was at the ER
right away.
Yeah, they took me right away. I was I was there. I was there a good long while, and they ran tests, and they were like, all right, well they were able to see my brain was good. My brain was still solid. I didn't have any effects from the stroke, which was great. So which opened the door to, okay, well, what the heck was this kind of thing? So sorry to interrupt, but at that time you're at the hospital, and how did you feel then? Like back to normal? Yeah, pretty much back to normal. I mean, again, you know how like when you get the Charlie horse and you're kind of sore, a little while longer. It was like that, but like my whole like left side of my body. It was as if like I was like kind of just it was like a tingling, odd sensation. So, but I was able to just carry about normally and all for the rest of the day, and then. They came back and they were like, follow up with your doctor, in the next day, and kind of figure out from there. So I went to the doctor and got a great doctor here. She's she very much in my corner, making sure I've been good. She's been following up a lot, but she's got me. I went and I saw a neurocardiologist, and so. They were able to do some deciphering, and then from there I did a full body MRI, and I have that's where they discovered what it actually seems to have been it's called a spinal stroke. So so it was it can be a bad situation for those on the severe end. They get paralysis and all sorts of bad things can happen, but. I've been very fortunate though since. So they got me on a gambit of drugs. I'm running a little mini pharmacy now in my kitchen. But everything seems to be good. So I've been stroke free for a month, which I think that's a pretty good streak.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad.
Praise the Lord. But so you had no like symptoms prior to this instance, or
no,
like how you haven't had high blood pressure, or
I mean,
you look like you're relatively in pretty
yeah.
good shape. You're not overweight or anything,
No.
I don't know if you exercise.
He's a little heavier than the last time.
He is. Are you a little heavier?
I'm a little heavier from the last time.
But it still looks good on you, though. It looks good on you.
So,
when was the last time that you saw him?
It's been a couple of months. A couple of months. Yeah. So,
I mean, to me, it doesn't look any different. But
well,
I haven't seen him for a while.
That's certainly not a surprise.
Well, that's not a surprise.
Yeah.
But so nothing prior to this.
No, and
stroke.
honestly, I mean, because I haven't even got to the number 40 yet in the age.
Yeah.
So I haven't gone down that road of being a regular at the doctor. So I never really went in for checkups. I just did the guy thing, So, but But
they evaluate like your lifestyle, the food you eat, your diet, things like that.
Yeah. We went through all that stuff. You know, in the short term, they've kind of put the kibosh on
the brown liquor. No brown liquor.
No brown liquor. Really, no alcohol of any sort right now. So,
do you think it's maybe stress related?
I think that will probably be the final.
What the hell is he, a freaking psychiatrist or something? Listen to
I feel
him.
like
I'm asking some good questions.
Yeah.
I think
These are fans.
These are questions that need to be
I
asked.
don't think so.
Oh, okay. What were you supposed to do? Just have him in here, just laugh at him? You had a
No,
stroke.
this is serious business.
That's right. That's right. You're right, Vic. It is.
Speaking of serious business, let me ask you something. When they were giving you some of the tests, did they give you the? Because there's one test that they. First of all, have you gone to get your real ID yet?
I have.
Okay,
I have.
When you go to get your,
I have too. Thanks for asking.
Well, let me give you some tips when you go to get the real ID, especially when you're a guy like me or close to it. Every eye chart they give you to do the eye chart, they're all the same. They're all the same.
You mean like the order of the number
like
or the letters?
FD, but that thing, they're all the same. So I'd recommend because I almost failed the eye test, but I cheated. What you do is you bring the eye chart with you and you hold it in your hand and you can read it, because they don't, they're not really watching you.
No, that's true.
Because all the eye charts are exactly the same. Now, the reason why I say that is because maybe one of the tests that they give you, the stroke, is they give you the dribble glass test, which on me, I dribble every time I drink. So you would think that I'm having a stroke, but I just don't know how to drink out of a glass.
Right.
So, but you had mentioned something before the show that could be a contributing factor of what it may have been. And we're going to talk about that when we come right back. All the Road continues with John Derek and Ted Semper. Be right back, okay?
It's chaos, conversation, and crawfish. This is All Over the Road. With your favorite duo from the Big Easy, Ted Semper and Vic Del Giorno. That Vic guy's the king of all podcasts.
504-603-6753. You know what that is?
Lit pizza?
No. 504-603-6753.
Oh, it's our listener line, 24 hours.
That's it. You got something to say? A critique of the show.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. And we'll put it in the show and you'll be a big star and people will love you.
504-603-6753. You know the rest?
No.
King of all podcasts.
No, I don't.
6753.
God bless you.
Back to John Derek. He has been a survivor of a major stroke. Well, I don't know if it was major. They called it mild.
They called it a minor stroke.
Stroke.
They definitely they've been using playful words like minor and non-severe and things like that. So, because again, dodged. I'm going to say by the grace of God, things definitely went in my favor because it could have gone very, very badly. So,
Well, in case you want to know, this is the official Ginger song by Buena Boy. It's called Ginger on All Over the Road.
All right.
We back now. Red hair, freckles, yeah, we black now. Walk around the streets in the shade, giving daps now. Red velvets, we made it. 90s used to hate it, getting faded. Now we with the family at the cookout, gourmet shit. Walk with a swagger, walk with a pride now. Ginger's in the building, we just getting hyped now. If you used to hate, better pipe down. Oh, red velvet in the building. Oh, red velvet in the building.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. It's got to be the short, edited version. But thanks for playing that. Thanks for playing that, Vic. On behalf of
The hell was it?
John Derek and myself.
Yeah.
As a ginger.
I feel seen. This is not,
Yeah. It's about time.
You should see
It's
the
about
video. There's a
time.
lot of gyrating in this video.
We've been through so much.
representation.
You know?
So it was a mild stroke. Now, they told you.
Do you think maybe that's what caused your stroke?
Could have very well been.
Could be some childhood trauma from
Could
being a
very well
redhead.
been.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah,
This
no,
stuff
all the
adds up
nicknames.
after
It does.
years and years.
Oh, man. So they told you that it may have been something they later discovered that you had a blood clot in your spine. Tell us about that.
They said I had a blood clot in my spine. Back to you, Vic.
That's it. So there's nothing more to it.
Thank you, John.
The full MRI, it did show my spine had I guess some minor blood clotting back there. So, but hey, who doesn't have a little minor blood clotting?
Yeah, a little clotting,
you know,
a little clotting here and there.
You're really living if you don't have a nice blood
Geez, you're
clot
39 years old. How many do we have, Vic?
I don't know. I've never
We're
had
twice
a blood
his
clot,
age.
although you never know.
Oh, well, not
they
quite,
seem to surprise you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So
they say this contributed to.
Yeah,
the reason?
it's a theory. There's different theories. Stress, obviously, is one of the major underlying reasons for stroke.
Well, you're a real estate agent. That's a stressful job.
It is.
And you're a relatively new parent.
Yeah, almost 2 years into this.
Almost 2 years. You have a son or a daughter?
Daughter.
Is almost 2 years old.
Yeah.
That's that's a lot of stress.
It is. I mean, and then we can get the just the Pelicans and the Saints.
Yeah, there's so many other factors
to
think about.
Back to their winning ways.
It's all on how you deal with that stress.
It's very
really,
true. It's very true.
So tell me what Elizabeth was thinking. Which she had to be scared to death.
She was. Yeah. No, she's been great.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be lying if I have not leaned a little into this now that it's happened. She asked me to take out the trash and to do the dishes and other various things. You kind of give me a stroke.
Yeah.
I feel a stroke coming, dear.
Just, you might want to. I might just have to sit here and finish watching the Preakness today.
Maybe what might make me feel better is a little shake and bake chicken would be nice.
Exactly.
Be nice. That's, by the way, my favorite meal is shake and bake chicken and boxed potatoes.
Really?
Yeah. It's just, kind of unusual.
It's classic.
It
kind
is.
Of unusual. So, so they got you on some medications. They put you on some blood pressure. You're feeling good now.
Blood thinners, blood pressure. Yeah, no, I'm feeling good. We're on the up and up. If you're gonna have a stroke and you're in the world of meteorology that specializes in tropical weather, get it knocked out before June 1st.
That's right, because there's good stroke weather and there's bad stroke weather.
This is good. They say if you're going to get a vasectomy, do it in late February so you can watch all of March Madness. You can just sit at home. Just
There's an idea.
It's all about timing your your ailments and your various.
I feel like Joe Biden. Get the prostate cancer at the optimal time when everybody else is talking about another factor in your life.
He's always got to find a way to slip that in there. The political stuff.
Don't you think that happened? Come on.
I don't know. I just know that.
Come on, Vic.
Well, I just know that a lot of times you can, I don't want to talk about prostates. I really don't. We're talking strokes today, not prostates. They got you on some blood. They got you on some blood thinners, and that's for the clot.
That's for the clot, yeah.
Okay.
And then the blood pressure medications for obviously just regulating the blood pressure.
Yeah. Well, we are
back
absolutely.
To you, Vic.
Thank you, Teddy. We are absolutely positively thrilled that really seriously that you're fine.
Well, I know when Vic texted me that night, I think it was, and I told my wife, who knows you, she's another realtor, and we immediately started praying for you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Of course,
and encourage others who maybe didn't even know you like we do.
Vic was already sending headshots over of other meteorologists he was going to have to interview, asking me for my thoughts.
No, come on.
There were some hotties in there, though, that stack. So I could.
Well, I would probably go with that. If you ever to be replaced,
Yeah.
you probably would bring in a female.
Yeah, that's
I mean, there's no doubt about it. Females, where you see that, females highly encouraged.
But now that we found out that he's a black person because he's a ginger, he may have a little affirmative action situation here where he could.
Because he's been through so much.
I'm just telling you right now.
Jeez.
DEI in full effect.
Yeah.
Here.
Right.
I'm moving to the top.
Man.
That's right. Okay, we're going to come right back. When we come right back, okay, I just want to talk a little bit, Derek, about meteorology and what's coming up when hurricane season, because it's going to be here pretty soon, right? Hurricane season starts, June?
June 1st.
June 1st. We're here. I mean, it's coming right up.
Yeah.
It's coming right up. So we're going to talk about that when we come back with John Derek. It's All Over the Road, the podcast. We'll be right back, okay? Don't touch that device. You don't know where it's been.
These boys don't stay in their lane. Hell, they pave their own road. It's All Over the Road with the king of podcasting, Victor Del Giorno, and his producer extraordinaire, Ted Semper.
The election's over.
Yes, it is.
Election's over. A lot of people were freaking out because the election. What do I do with my money? How do I invest? The stock market was going crazy the whole time. Gold up to $2,800 an ounce. So now that the election is over, what are you thinking? You're thinking, well, everything's cool now. I don't need gold. Oh, no. Not so fast, my friend.
Hang on.
Not so fast, my friend.
Do you know gold is the only real money? Do you know gold is your only protection against a monetary collapse, like the dollar just going bye-bye? Listen, we're not out of the woods yet. This is a very, very anything can happen world. So what do? How do you protect your money? Well, you get something tangible, Ted. You don't sock your money in the bank. You don't sock your money in the sock. You put it into something hard, and that's gold. The people at Coin Trader Inc. can help you. All you got to do is call them, tell them the King of All Podcasting sent you. And guess what? They're going to give you some free silver. Ooh, absolutely free. They call it minding your money. Look, they've been in business for over 30 years. They're the best in the business. They sponsored this podcast. Give them a call. Coin Trader Inc. Mind your money. And tell them the King of All Podcasting sent you.
Alexa, what happens to Louisiana in 2025?
On October 15th, 2025 at 1:08 a.m., Louisiana will be hit by a Category 5 hurricane with massive flooding and wind speeds up to 215 miles per hour, but New Orleans will survive.
Victor D, talk to me.
Welcome back.
Talk to me, Vic.
A little red wine for you. Who did this one, Teddy? Who did red wine?
Oh, that was UB40.
UB40, baby.
Now.
UB40. We played this
UB40.
record, huh?
A B97.
That's right, a B97.
The
We're
power
here with John
station.
Derek, who is our resident ginger, along with Teddy here. They're brothers and gingers.
Hey, we're definitely the majority on this podcast.
They're
We're the
not
majority.
only just brothers and gingers, they're just downright brothers.
All right, brothers.
Hey, brothers. Okay, so how has this year's, is this in an El Nino or an El Nina?
We're actually in a transitioning year right now. So we
so appropriate that we're transitioning.
Yeah, no, it really is.
So appropriate.
So, yeah, as
It's
a black
not
man
against
myself,
the law
yeah,
yet,
that's
right?
right?
I mean,
exactly.
That's awesome, I guess.
Yeah, no.
So it's neither Nina or Nino?
Well, we're moving into an El Nino pattern again. So as it is, we've the Pacific is we're losing its La Nina characteristics, which is typically a good thing, but we're not going to be in a full blown El Nino yet. So we're going to have it's going to be kind of a mixed bag this year. I think the jury's out on a lot of the forecasts. Some people have an above average year, and some other models and quote unquote experts have it as a just a regular run of the mill, hurricane season.
Was last year run of the mill, you think, last year?
I think it was a hair above average, year before that obviously was active, and then obviously 2021 was very, very active. So, but no, I think we'll probably be looking at I think we'll probably be seeing a pretty average year. I think we could see some activity in the Gulf early on with the...
Which Gulf is that?
That would be the Gulf of America. That's great.
Oh, that one.
That'd be the Gulf.
The new
America.
one. Yeah.
I am waiting. I'm waiting for the first person that's. I thought I really was like, I'm just going to be vague about this. Keep politics out. I'm just going to call it the Gulf. But
no, Google calls it Gulf of America.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, they do.
Google says.
Now, what is the Weather Channel? What are they going to say? Or what do they say?
I think they're having to go Gulf of America on it as well. Yeah, I mean it is
because they're kind of liberal.
Presidential decree. I guess
it was just that simple, huh?
Yeah. It was just.
Why don't we call the Mississippi the Louisiana River? By the way, why don't we call it the Louisiana River?
Yeah. I mean that's.
I think that there's more Mississippi River in Louisiana than any other state, isn't there? Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe Missouri.
I don't really know. I mean, because it is the border between Mississippi and Louisiana. Mm-hmm. They could have us beat by a little bit. I have to go back and look. Yeah. But yeah, no. The water in the Gulf as it is right now, Gulf of America, is it's already quite warm. I know I saw buoy right off the coast of Key West yesterday, sitting around 93 degrees already, and we're still in May. So
this is what you do when you're a meteorologist. You study buoys.
Yeah.
You're a buoy expert.
Yeah,
you are.
Yeah. Has the hurricane names list has that been released?
Yeah.
That's out.
Oh yeah, that's been out. Yeah, it's been out for a while. Andrea is going to be our first name.
Look at that.
We just had Andrea in.
We did.
Chef
what
Andrea.
A coincidence.
Like, how was she? Was she?
He.
It's a he. Just met the guy.
Oh, that's right. That was
the
Andrea.
chef.
That's Andrea.
Yeah. So that's the first one.
Delightful man.
He's all he.
Yeah,
he's
all 5 feet of him.
Yeah, that's right.
More man than I am, though. I found that
he could cook that some bitch could cook.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we could already have some action a little early because probably by Thursday of this week, it'll be the 22nd. Already going to see a wave off the coast of Africa.
Victor Del Giorno, the king of all podcasting, is the bomb.
I tried to get brunch in the city. It was packed on a Friday at 11. What are you animals doing? There's no There's no real jobs here. Everybody here is either like an oyster shucker or or you lead a parade. Those are the two. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's a vacation town, but it's like you guys just live like this all the time. I'm not saying you deserved what has happened hurricane-wise. I'm not saying that. So relax. I don't know if you heard me. I said I'm not saying that. All I know is I have a hunch when you get an order to evacuate, you're maybe not the speediest about it. That's all. If you leave a storm the way you serve brunch, you know what I mean? That's kind of maybe you're part of the problem is all I'm saying. Maybe you haven't learned to put a little pep in your step. It's clear.
This is Teddy, the little Teddy. Thanks for listening to my granddaddy's podcast.
All of the Road New Orleans is brought to you by CoinTrader Inc. For real-time prices on gold, silver, palladium, and platinum 24/7, go to goldpricesnow.com. That's goldpricesnow.com.